Hi guys, hope you're good since last video. This video will be very helpful for people who see Codebase as a modular stuff like me. We will explore first an alternative to Groq's blazing fast API inference with Cerebras, which is also quite impressive. We will also use Lama3.3 billion parameters. I prefer Mistral models, as you know, but this one here is doing a great job. You will see. We will go step by step, watch to the end, as it will be incrementally interesting. For good understanding, follow the process. I like to get boilerplates, but here you will see that you are going to be able to get super boilerplates and bring those components to your applications. After, it is up to you to plug it in your existing code base using your creative sense. Please like and subscribe, and let's get started. Groq's alternative, Cerebras. Super quick. The inference speed is amazing, so let's see that. In this first part, we are just going to go through the API, use the API, build an app very quick. You see those models, just fast forwarding this part. Okay, so that's the landing page, and after you need to subscribe to it. So I'm not going to show you all the subscription phase, but just check the policies and everything. And I'm using here, I'll just show you GitHub, for example, to subscribe, to be able to get this API key and start building from my Linux terminal. So you can do the same. I'll pass on that. I believe that you are very competent to subscribe to it and be able to use it. So this is the playground where you can test different settings. So on the right side, you get the models on the top, temperature, max completion token. And you can see here we have Lama3.3 available. You can also get the code snippet. So this is what you can use, Node.js or Python here. So in the documentation, there are more examples. But here you will be able to test your prompts and to test the temperature. When it's satisfactory, you can bring it to your application. Here there's the JSON mode or the stream mode. I prefer JSON mode when I'm building application, so I have full control on the output and select what I want. Okay. So this is the presentation of the playground, the pricing. We're using the free tier. You can pause the video here to see the different limits. So it's pretty generous with 1 million per hour, per day tokens. And here you have the documentation also. So whenever you arrive to a new API like that, it's good to go through the documentation. The context length here, it's at 8,192. So it's limited. Normally Lama3.3-70B, it's 100,000 token or a little bit more. But here you're using a free tier, so it will be a bit limited for the context length. So here I'm just going to build a quick application, but before that I'm going to test this boilerplate code given by the quick start. I'm going to set those environment variables. So the model and the Cerebras API key that you're going to put here. Just use environment variables for that. And after you just install, I'm going to use Flask, so I'm just going to install python.env. You will need also to install Flask and to install the SDK. So this is the GitHub going through. I'm just fast forwarding this part. pip install Cerebras _ cloud _ SDK. And here you will be able to interact with the API using that to build the client. Chat completion, quick start code. So Python, Node.js or curl, so bash. And here we can go through and see that it's very developed because you can use tools. So you can build an agent. You see here calling a function, making API calls. You get all the information needed. Okay, I'm just taking some notes. I'm just building the messages, system message, and the user prompt. Okay, so I like to start like that. First to get something returned. Okay, and now we can start building the Flask application as we understand how the code works. It's not very complicated. Let's do it quick. I'll just grab here a boilerplate of an HTML page. I'm just gonna delete everything to make it just very simple to have the returned response on an HTML page. Okay, and now we're just going to format this response. Step by step, we got the response, we're going to format it. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to format it and write it to a file. So we get the report in a markdown format. And after that, we will be done with this part. Just see how it's going to be going. Here, I just need to put 1 to get the first part after having splitted it. So 0, and we get the 1, and here we get rid of this. And now we'll be able to print this report. Yes, so we just get what is in the Python script as a returned value here, and in the report, just gonna open the report, which is here, Cerebras, and here Markdown tutorial. And you see it's well formatted. Component description, we get the code, and after we get a little tutorial telling us how it works. So this is a nice report, and we got it. I can tell you, whenever I request, I get it instantly. So it's very quick to answer. I wouldn't say same as Groq, because I don't know Groq, so it's amazingly quick. But I can say that Cerebras is amazing also. Please like and subscribe during the break. And now we're gonna go into the fun stuff. Cerebras Coder. So you go into Google like that, and we're gonna start building those web UI components. We've seen the API side. We got our API key. We will be able to use it at the end of the video. But here, same, you are going to use your GitHub repository to log in. And it's based on the Git. So you'll be able here to save those code snippets that you have created. You'll be able to also have a link that you can share with other developers, other people, maybe your client. So your client can, in your agile workflow, just give you some feedback, which is nice. So this is the page that you see when you have built something. So just get this boilerplate when you arrive, and you can modify it a bit just to play with it at the beginning. So here we can maybe get rid of this sentence here. Okay, and we're just gonna put our own sentence. Okay, I'll just write something like Something about Shibuya, as usual. Which manga is based in Shibuya? Okay, this is done. Let's put some more A's. Just shouting. And down here you can see how it looks like in a web page. And you get the link also. And here we can see the details. So I'm discovering with you. How many lines, description, each lines, what's going on under the hood. So you see here the code snippet is a Node.js code snippet. Environment variables that also you can set. Here it's unlisted, but you can also put it as a public. Just leave it unlisted, just for the tutorial. Okay, and you see here this looks like a Git repository because it's working based on Git. And you can see here the difference. So it's going to keep the versions, same as in Git. So you get those different versions. And here on the side you can see the pull request, the forks. There are some more utilities like SQL databases, SQLite databases, and more. But here I'm just going to focus on that. And this is your link when you open the web page. So you can see the settings and everything. So this is just to show you how you get into it. You get the documentation also. And here through the documentation, you get a default API, an API key. And with this default API key, you can use it to play with it, to use the free tier of it. I'm just going to use the same prompt. I need to build a component for my application. It is using Python, and it is a form that accepts input and have a submission button. When the submit button is pressed, I just say it's a Flask app. The input is returned in a random color and reversed. So that's what I asked for before. So we can maybe add some more. So what you basically do, you're going to prompt. Using the prompt, you're going to see on the right side, it looks like a bit what Claude is doing, or Claude Anthropic. The root is called reversed colored because I want the code, for example, on here is going to start working, and you see how quick it is. It's pretty amazing. Quick to understand, quick to write the code, and after it's going to be able to display and to show the preview of the code. And you see here, and you can use it straight because it's using Git, so it's available. It's available for to be served on online. So you can put it public if you want. Okay, here we use Node.js, but you see reverse join, random color. It's going to use this one here, the matte floor. It's going to be using those colors. On the server using requests, and we get all in one page. We get the styles, we get the JavaScript, and the main code here. You see the function. Okay, using React, use state, and the client, the React client. And here we get a description. This shows what it has understood from my request. I'd break it down into different steps, different instructions, smaller ones. That's good, that's what you should do. And after here, we're just gonna write a random sentence and see if it works. I'm gonna be playing with it a little bit. Shibuya Meizu. Meizu. Exclamation mark. Let's see. Yes, so it's reversed. and there is the color is just random also. So it works, which is good. And this is I haven't done 100 tries before. It's limited in how many tries you can do, but after I'm going to show you how you can make it have more room of use to not be limited from the beginning. And here I just write Sugoi reversed, and here I got it in the right direction. Okay, so this is how you can create your component, get the code. Here you get a link because it's deployed, and here you can see it's called the Flask reverse colored form, and whatever you put. So this is just to show you that in the web browser also it's going to work. Try to write in a reverse way, so when I press the button you see it. Yes, Creditizens, perfect. And the color changes whenever I press the button. This was easy, an easy prompt. I'm still impressed, because sometimes you need just very easy stuff, easy components to add to your application. You can just come here, tap you enter your prompt, and after you just get the code, put it on your app, plug it in, and keep going on your work. Nice, but I need headers with the brand name Creditizens. So let's try to make it a bit harder, asking for a header and a footer for it to look like a real landing page, with copyright on the footer. 2025. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just count the seconds, almost 20 seconds. Got it done. 15 seconds. You see here on the top it says next to version 1, 21 seconds ago, 23 seconds ago, and it just keep going. And here we got it the way we want it. So this is nice. It has chosen the blue color, very nice, easy to see. And now let's make it a bit harder. So I'm just gonna say the background is white, but there is no animations. We're gonna try to add some animations, fun one. So what do I need? I need a cyberpunk feel and have objects moving randomly. So I want some objects moving around in the background. Just put here randomly. And let's add some complexity. And also some object moving away when my mouse comes close to those random objects or touch those, then they continue floating around. Hope that he understood what I said. It's not clear the way I've said it, but it's okay. I believe it's going to be able to understand. It has broke down you see the instructions. I don't know if you can see down there, under the numbers for the lines, there is version 1 written. So the version are going to be incrementally increasing. Now it's version 2. Whoa, you see that? It's pretty nice. So it's going to be committed every time into the Git repository. You see, this is nice. So it's respecting my prompt. It just made it pretty quick. And this is using Lama3.3-70B parameters. So Lama3.3-70B parameters is doing a great job because we're not losing some credits, free credits. So I'm trying to write a sentence in the reverse way. So when I'm going to press the button again, it's going to be written just as normal. Okay, should be good. We'll correct it if there's anything wrong. I'm trying to write now station. Okay. Let's see. Perfect. Let's change this. Junko in Shibuya geostation and the color is changing. Shinuko in Shibuya geostation. Okay, that's good. So this works. You've seen me doing those prompts. I'm going to fast forward just to show you that you can also get some errors. So here you see I'm running into the errors. There's a button telling you to fix it. Doesn't mean it's going to fix it. And after you're going to get a warning. So this can happen to you. You're going to get a warning telling you limited free trial, upgrade for higher limits. Okay. Long chat tends to be just to tell you that it doesn't work, but you can use the versioning, you see down there, to come back, to go back to the version that worked before and restart prompting from there. That's what is nice with that. So if you get any issues, you can do it like that. That's why it's nice to be built on top of Git. Get those versions. For example, here I say add a counter for how many characters. Being reversed. And make sure that reversed and colored characters display all, display the word between. Here is just a sentence that I'm going to build this way. So here I've reached the limit and it's telling me to upgrade now. I just put this prompt, not fast forwarded, so that you can see what's going to happen. It might work, it might not be accepted. Let's see. The best place in Japan, so that the word passed into the input field will make a sentence by being in between those two. Okay, so this is the way you talk to an LLM. To get it done quick and in a once. So now it's trying to build something. Is it gonna work? The best. I'm just checking something here. If I can see it in the code being written. Okay. Long chat tends to make Tony dumber and cause you to reach your usage limit faster. So you see the little sentence that we got? So it's suggesting us to start a new chat. So those chats, they can't be very long to build your component. Yeah, that's an issue. So you need to be good at prompting not being smart, at prompting, talking to the LLM in a dumb way, but making those sentences, repeating what you're saying in your prompt several times. So this works, but we don't see the sentence around it. Okay, just dismiss. Please like and subscribe during the break, and I'm going to show you how you can get over those limits. Rate limits, use Cerebras API key. So the API key that you have used before, we're going to go into this page. We're going to fork this time the repository. You see here we got the validation that it has been forked. So it's using Git under the hood. So it's creating a repository for us when we subscribe. And after here we can come and fork that page that you have used to build those components. And here there is a setup telling us to sign up for Cerebras that we've done in the first part of the video to get the Cerebras API key. Okay, and here it's telling us in number 3, save it in valtown environment variable called Cerebras API key. So there's a way here to save environment variables. That's what we're going to do. We're going to click on it. It's going to bring us to this page. And we're going to save the environment variable. I'm not going to show you everything so you don't see the environment variable that I'm saving. I mean the secret. But this is how you're going to do it. Cerebras API key. On the value, you put the value. And here you can update it. Update the name. You can get rid of it. Okay, and put another API key if you want, but just call it Cerebras API key. The key that you get from the first part of the video when I showed you where to get those API keys. Now that I got it, I'll be able to go and here you see I get the page again. Powered by Lama3.3 70 billion parameters on Cerebras. And now the rate limits are going to be the rate limits binded to the API key that we have entered. And you've seen the first part of the video that those are very generous. So here I already done one iteration just to test that it works before showing you. And you see here, I just ask it to color every single letters. But I don't like the form. You see, it's pretty simple form. And let's make it look amazing, look nice, like the other form that we did before. So this is how it looks now. It's just a black page with a form on the top, which doesn't look nice. And here we're going to enter our prompt. I need more objects moving in the background. Use the same concept. And the input field to be smaller. Yes, because this input field is just taking the whole page. And in a nicely cyberpunk like colored transparent. After here you just make your wish. Transparent glass, like that's what I get now. So there is just one orb floating around, has disappeared. So this is not great. Let me just enter something here. So okay, this still works, but it's not encapsulated into that div, so it's going a little bit over it, overflown. I'm just gonna say make it look better as the text is going out of the box. This is the simplest way to understand it. Text going out of the box. You talk to it like you would talk to a robot, and it is not UI friendly. And don't see random object moving around the background. You just go like that when you talk to those LLMs. You see, even if there's some typos, now it's gonna understand and make us something a little bit better. But you see, when I put my mouse on the different objects, they're not moving away, and that's what we got before. But this looks quite amazing already. I can see the objects. Okay, so we just give a feedback to the LLM. We're gonna motivate the LLM to do more. So keep those moving like that. So don't change anything, but change something. But behind the box, as it can't, I can't enter any text. So I didn't try to enter text, but I'm just gonna say that it has failed on one task. So it's gonna correct it. And the moving objects need to move away from my mouse when, not mouse, computer. When my mouse is around those, don't even need to finish this prompt, but here you get the performances, 42 seconds, how many tokens. Let's see. Yes, they're moving around. They're blinking around, that's good. They are. I love Japan. Yes, this works, but I believe that the text is not. The text stays in just for one line. You see, the second line doesn't work anymore. So this could be improved. I don't know how many prompts I need to do to make it work well, but I'm not prompting it. The way I'm prompting is not good. It's not going to understand what I want, but still. I'm just going to show you just with silly prompts, you can make amazing stuff. Perfect. Keep it like that, but make sure that output text is output only on the submit button press. And that the text always stays in the box. So yeah. Let's see if it's gonna work. Not sure. As I said box, maybe I should have said form in the submit form, because maybe there is another external box, which is the whole page. This is pretty amazing. Let's write some more to see if it is still in. Okay, it's not. So it's not perfect, but that's when you're going to use your coding skills. This is just a little change in your CSS, and it's going to be encapsulated. So now let's ask it to do something else to make the page look nice. Now on submit letters should be randomly placed on the background and have the same behavior as the moving objects. So now I'm going to enter text. I'm going to press submit button. That's what I want. Whenever I press that submit button, those letters are going to randomly go into the background. And when my mouse is going to be coming next to those letters, they're going to be moving away. So this can be the beginning of the creation of a game. Let's say you have an interface where someone enters a word. The other players, they can't see the word. They all have a form on their interface. And they're going to see those random letters floating around. And they have to build the sentence back. The first who succeed to submit the right sentence, get the points, and so on. So you can see it like that. You see those letters are being now exposed and displayed on the background, which is nice. Looks nice. And the behavior is the one that we wanted. Let's put some more letters. So yes, so after you can play with it. This is just what I have imagined for this tutorial. It's very raw. I didn't plan it. I just did it like that, so you can see how it works. And now you can just copy the code and bring it to your. So this is you see 6 versions. Bring it to your application. So made by Youssef, Anas, and Steve. Valtown. Thank you guys. We have seen that there is a generous free tier and that we found an alternative to Groq and can now use Lama3.3-70B parameters, which is satisfactory in building those web UI components, which are almost like small mini applications. The inference is fast, and that is what we want. This is a good way to help streamline the building of MVPs and test your application IDs quick. Hope that you liked this video. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.